Welcome back to Week in Prime. Former Kenya National Union of Teachers Secretary General Wilson Sossion has made a comeback to the education scene after appointment actually as a commissioner, the Teacher Service Commission, ending his acrimonious exit from the sector 6 years ago. His return poses not only a major shift in the education sector, but also questions around the role he'll play in shaping the teaching sector. And Musungu with the details.
To see the Sossion that would remain focused on the issues of the teachers.
Once a fierce critic of TSC operations and policies, Wilson Sossion, former Kenya National Union Teachers Secretary General, carved himself as a radical voice of change in teacher management, often clashing with then TSC boss Nancy Macharia. Sossion's work can be traced back to 2017 when TSC and the teacher unions entered into a 5-year collective bargaining agreement to improve teachers' pay. However, beneath the pay deal, the CBA carried policy changes that would ultimately change how teachers are promoted and required them to take professional development courses and renew their license every 5 years. The fight would intensify shortly when the decision to switch 844 system to CBC. Sossion was of the opinion that the country was not ready for a rollout of the new system, arguing that teachers were ill-prepared to handle the curriculum and schools lacked enough resources for the curriculum, which was largely hands-on. The fights would see TSC pull underhand cards that eventually led to his deregistration in 2018.
The next chapter of my life, God knows.
After he was nominated to Parliament by the Orange Democratic Party to represent teachers' welfare. He fought, pulled through, but would ultimately give in 2021 following his resignation days before the union's election, where he was to square it off with the then deputy and now current Secretary General Colin Soyum.
Don't think I was imagining this today. I had imagined it long ago, only that teachers have not wanted me to leave. I've been very conscious about the desire of teachers to continue having me. But now they should know I have gone.
Now, Sossion is back, but this time on the other side. President William Ruto has nominated him and Antonina Lente-John as commissioners of the Teacher Service Commission, replacing officials whose term expired last year. The appointment places Sossion at the heart of decisions that will directly shape teachers' careers and welfare.
249 guarantees him and gives him a responsibility to ensure that he acts individually and collectively with other commissions to defend the sovereignty of those institutions and the teachers themselves, safeguard their voices. That independence is required.
The outspoken unionist becomes a decision maker, with many of the issues he championed still unresolved. Career progression guidelines remains in place and CBC implementation continues. The question now is whether Sossion will deliver the reforms he demanded or become part of the establishment he once fiercely opposed. And Musungu, KTN, Nairobi.